Aloha, this is Dr. George Cromack from RenewYourself.net with your health tip for today. We're going to talk a little bit about challenges with a live food diet with people that are basically Vata deranged and Vata body type. Vata body type is your very thin, wiry person, tend to be very lean, smaller bone structure, a little bit nervous, and a Vata derangement could be in place with a Vata body type that's not purely Vata, but more common with a Vata body type. They tend to kind of imbalance in this direction, but a lot of people with our society tend to Vata derange because of the busyness, the racing, the electronic stimulation, irregular schedule, irregular routine, too much media stimulation, too much driving, too much moving, too much work. And the problem being that with live foods, raw salads and fasting tend to increase Vata. And so the biggest challenge is going to be for somebody that is a Vata body type with a Vata derangement, and also people that are extremely Vata deranged. They tend to get nervous, they tend to get insomnia, they tend to get gas and bloating. And raw salads and fasting increase Vata. So these are the people that are going to have the biggest challenge particularly trying to do an entirely raw food diet. They usually don't do well, may initially feel a little bit better, but as you get a little bit deeper into it, they tend to derange further and have a lot more challenges. And so if you feel like you fall into this category and you are experiencing symptoms like nervousness, your mind racing, problems sleeping, problems with gas and bloating, this can get compounded by too many raw salads. So this type of person really shouldn't hold on to an ideal of trying to do 100% live foods. You need to allow yourself a little bit more latitude, things that tend to ground down the excess Vata. Cold and wet, like a cold wet salad, tends to increase Vata. Pugnant, like a hot, spicy type food, tends to increase it. Astringent tends to increase it. And basically raw salads tend to increase it. So if you're trying to do a lot of live foods, you want to have at least one of those meals, particularly the evening meal. What you're going to do is preferably blend that salad up into a soup with water. You want to add a little bit of Himalayan sea salt. Salty taste tends to decrease Vata. A little bit of sour, like lemon, is going to decrease it. And a little bit of sweetness, like just a little bit of honey in there, is going to actually be good for the Vata. And then you want to get some oil and fat in there, and you want to avoid too many hot spices. By blending that raw salad into a soup and warming it up to about 115 degrees, 112 degrees, it's going to be still live, so you can do the live food thing, but it's going to be warm and soothing, and actually that tends to decrease Vata. So that's a way to get your live food in, but actually decrease Vata. It's going to be easier for you to eat your raw salad at noontime when the sun is higher and your digestive fire is a little bit stronger. When you get into that evening meal, you want it to be warm and soothing and a little bit oily. Vatas need a little bit more oil because they're dry. It's important for a Vata body type to get into a regular routine, and preferably that means getting to bed by 10 o'clock, hopefully getting up by 6 or 6:30, trying to have some structure and routine and regularity in there. So you don't want to be racing around too much. You don't want to be doing an irregular routine. Flying and driving is going to increase this. You don't want to have too much noise, too much media stimulation. Don't want to be watching TV and working on the computer right before you go to bed. You want to get kind of quiet. You want to have regularity with your meditation. And furthermore, you can get into balancing some of this with, in my opinion, Vata medicated sesame oil, which is going to have herbs in there which are going to decrease Vata. You should be doing a scalp massage with that in the evening. You should be trying to daily, before your shower in the morning, do a full body massage with that oil for 5 or 10 minutes. You want to use a Vata Churna. You want to be drinking Vata teas, and you want to use Vata aromatherapies. And I'll be adding all of those products to my website in the next couple of weeks. If you have questions and that's something that you want to get now, I can get that for you by emailing me, and we'll get a conversation going about that. That's my health tip for today. This is a problem we see over and over again at the tree, and these are the people with the biggest challenges trying to do a live food diet. So you need to kind of tweak it a little bit. You need to be a little bit softer. You don't want to strain and overexert yourself. That's Dr. George Cromack. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at drgeorgecromack@hotmail.com. You go to my website, renewyourself.net. There's coupon codes in there that'll give you a further discount. And when you Google, do Google shopping searches for me, I'm going to come up probably as the cheapest vendor for almost any product that you're looking at on my website. And if I'm not, I'll gladly match whoever's out there with a cheaper price, but usually I come up in the top spot. That's Dr. George Cromack with your health tip today, and aloha.